Isiah Yazzie is New Mexico's political comedian, making people laugh while leaving them with a message. Tonight, we have him on the show to discuss his new show, Pick Up New Mexico, what drives his comedy and upcoming gigs. Isiah, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
It's been
thank
great
you for
already.
Being, yes, great already. So, we're talking comedy here.
Yes,
So,
we are.
let's go ahead and start with why comedy? How did it begin?
Well, growing up on the res, never knew I could do comedy, but I saw people doing it. And so when I graduated high school, I played soccer, and I got a soccer scholarship to go play in Chicago, and discovered improv in Chicago. And I think I never knew what that was, but making stuff up on the spot, right on the spot, trying to make a story out of it off of one word or a suggestion just blew my mind. And ever since then, I went to school at Second City, went out to LA, tried to do UCB out there, and then came back and started an improv duo called Res City Improv, which kind of takes improv to different reservations and as a performing art resource. So.
Okay, so I have to ask, being that with Hollywood happening with representation, how important it is. I mean, was that part of your thought processes? I don't see a lot of Native Americans out there making people laugh. Were you like, I'm gonna be the first?
Yeah, I mean, it was. I saw people, but it was on our res, like doing comedy for a chapter in the chapter house. So it was very minimal and small. But yeah, and I started doing comedy in like 2014, 2015, so before there was Reservation Dogs and really a mainstream following of Native comics. So right now, after COVID, I did take a few years hiatus and running our family business now, but now I'm trying to get into a Pick Up New Mexico, which is a political satire show for New Mexico.
And let's talk a little bit more about that, because I know you did your pilot episode, which was hilarious. And during the time, of course, we're dealing with Mark Ron Katie, Ron Ketty, all the nonsense with the memes. So, I mean, tell us about how that show came about.
So Harry Gantz, a guy that is helping me producing it, he is created Taxi Cab Confessions from back in the day. So I was very honored that he reached out to me, because as a kid, I'd sneak out of my room super late and try to catch a Taxi Cab Confessions, thinking it was something crazy.
Yeah.
So he reached out to me on Facebook and was like, "Hey, I saw you doing an old show I used to do, the New Mexican Inquisition." And so I kind of had some experience on joke writing and kind of hosting in different desk segments that we needed to create and stuff like that. So he reached out and I was like, "Yeah, let's do it. I'll host." He wanted me to host, and so. In 2023, I'm trying to make it more of like the Daily Show of New Mexico, where we have local comics doing correspondent pieces in Farmington or different parts of the state, as well as different characters that we can bring on, and more of a collaborative experience with the whole community, as well as comedic writers. So
I like the idea of the collaboration and farming it out to city. So. I'm going to ask, because so many people are so just done with politics and frustrated, and it drives them nuts. Like, why? Why is it important for people to even care?
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is like the experiences I have, like hosting. So I've hosted a few events, but it's just old white people in the Democratic Party that was hosting it. And it's like, they come up to me and they're like, "Yeah, and they're like trying to talk to me in Navajo. And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And as a young person, it's like, well, I want to connect to the younger people who are not going to come up to me and try to speak in Navajo, but be like, we'll collaborate and talk about what issues we're facing. So I want to inform and educate the youth here in New Mexico on the issues that are affecting us more locally rather than nationally. I know that there's big national politics, but that's what we'll be doing in our, we're going to try to do monologues every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, like 1 minute on our social media, kind of monologues to cover the news and stuff like that. But we're doing larger pieces, like in January we had a wonderful event where we got to stay the night out on the street with homeless citizens and bring our state representatives to stay the night with us.
Wow.
So that's on YouTube. You can check that out. But yeah, just trying to make it more of a the Daily Show for New Mexico.
So what else do you have going on along with Pick Up New Mexico? What else can we look forward to?
I mean, I do stand up here and there, but I get so nervous. I mean, compared to other people who have been on the stage and that I know, and so, I mean, improv, there might be some shows, but you can follow Pick Up New Mexico on, we mostly do it on Instagram and TikTok so we can get the viewership out and our daily reels and or the monologue out. But yeah, we're mostly on all social media platforms. Our bigger pieces, like the homeless event, in February we did a film festival event breaking down the stereotypes of Native Americans in Hollywood. So all our events will be put up on YouTube.
Hey, wonderful. So once again, they could Pick Up New Mexico, Instagram,
TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. If politics pisses you off, we pick you up.
Wonderful. I say thank you for coming in
Thank you
today
so
and
much for
telling
having
us
me.
more about the show, and we look forward to seeing more.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back.